Hey, what's up, everybody? Paul Brantz with your Friday weekend and rates for August 16th, 2024. So how you doing? Any of you out there that I don't know going to go look at houses this weekend? If so, I would absolutely love to help you with your finances. And by the way, if you're one of those persons that married the house and dated the rate, right now would be a good time to connect with me. Let's make sure that we have you in a position that when the rate hits your target rate, we're going to lock you in and get you moving and get you saving. It is going to be an incredible next 6 months in the lending industry. And I would love for you to be a part, or I'd love for me to be a part of your journey in saving money. So let's talk a little bit about interest rates. So if you're out there, family, looking to buy a house, you are starting to see that interest rates are coming down. You're also, if you're in most cases, you're also starting to see foot traffic start to increase. This past week was probably the busiest week we've had, probably like 6 or 7 months. And I got to tell you, when rates hit a certain level, people come out and they want to buy. So good news, bad news, right? So let's go ahead and dive into this market update here. Let's start with where rates are at. So if you take a look at the rates this week, they're pretty much the same from last week, maybe a 0.1% different. You have your 30-year conforming at 6.5%, jumbo at 6.866. I'm very proud. These are averages across the U.S. If you take a look at our rates there in the comments or in the email, you're going to notice our rates are a lot lower than that. That's awesome, especially with FHA. The average rate 6.329. That's crazy. We're at about a 5.75, VA 5.907. A USDA and a 15-year conforming. There you have it. So what is really impacting interest rates? I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit bigger here. So Consumer Price Index came out, and there was further progress made on the rate of inflation slowing. But once again, after all the inflation came from shelter, which lags, and motor vehicle insurance. So this has been the story for some time now. But remember, it's lagging. So what that means is as we progress into the future, we're going to see inflation start trickling down. Remember, the Fed's mark or goal is 2%. We're at that 2.9%. So you can see that inflation is starting to decline, which is why, by the way, rates are starting to improve. Check this out, though. This is home builder sentiment. So what this means, this really gauges the builders on if they're confident or positive feelings about whether to build, or if there's a negative feeling, which means they're going to slow down a little bit. Why this one is so important for you is, remember, we don't have a rate issue. We don't have that. What we really have is a supply of homes issue. I mean, the worst, I'm going to keep my opinion out there. So this kind of tells us what home builder sentiment is. Let me bring it up a little bit bigger for you here. And so remember, anything above 51, the builders are feeling positive. Anything below 0 to 4, below 49, the builders are feeling negative. So for the last 4 months, builders have had a negative feeling. But take a look at future sales expectations. That's that middle graph there. In August 2023, it was at 55, so they were feeling positive. But take a look at July 2024, it was at 48, and now it's at 49. They're starting to feel more positive as rates start coming down, that they're going to be able to build more houses and people are going to be able to afford them. So that is in itself really good news for us. MBS Housing Index, what this index is this is a part of MBS Highway where they send out this survey all over the United States, and we send it to our realtors, to our clients, and it's really gauged the real activity. So once again, I'm going to blow this up. Now take a look. Anything below 50, right, or above 50, the market is expanding. Anything below, it's contracting. So national buyer activity back in August 2024, or not back today, it's actually contracting. Whereas compared to August 2023, it was still contracting, but not as much today. But take a look at the national home price direction. In August 2024, it's at 45. Compared to a year ago, it's at 57. So even that is starting to slow down. But if you take a look at the last 6 months in interest rates, it's really no surprise that it's starting to contract. Take a look here more in the West where we're at. In August 2024, buyer activity was at 44, but that's actually grown since August 2023 from a 41. And the price direction is higher than the national average at 48. However, it is much down from August 2023 of 63. So it's going to be an interesting couple months coming up as we head into the winter months. Typically, the summer months were, you supposedly be the busy season, but we're expecting a lot of activity coming into the fall and winter, especially as rates start heading down. Speaking of changes, and which is on most of your mind, especially if you're a buyer out there, NAR changes are here, which means, so there was a ruling, now buyers have to negotiate or talk with their agents on how they're paid. Is the seller going to pay them? Are you going to pay them? Can you include it in the loan? I mean, how is this going to work for you? So if you're fearful or not sure what this even means, trust me, you are not alone. So I want to invite you next Friday at 12. We're having a Q&A. It's going to be in the comments, the link to the Zoom, or in the email there. Bring your questions. If you have anything you want us to prepare for beforehand, feel free to. This is a big topic. Here's the deal, though. The truth is I don't see a lot of changes coming, except for one major one, which we're going to talk about next Friday. You like that little hook there? I like that little hook. That was good. I love that. All right, next week, we have Wednesday. We have the Fed minutes. Jackson Hole Fed meeting starts. The 20-year bond auction. Thursday, existing home sales. And Friday, new home sales. It's going to be an extraordinary week. Remember, if we're not working together, go ahead and click that little QR code there. Let's set up a time. Let's do a hopes and dreams meeting where even if you're not ready to get fully pre-approved, a hopes and dreams, utilize my 20 years of experience. We'll put a plan in place for you in 15 to 20 minutes. That's going to be rock solid. That's going to help you and your family save money on your mortgage. All right. With that, I'm all wrapped up. I am super excited for this weekend. We have a great weekend coming up. The Niners are going to be playing. I love the 49ers. This is great. It's going to be a great year for everything. All right, my friends. Paul Obrant's Clear to Close Brokers. Have a great weekend. I am